Friday Night Baseball is coming up. Your Texas, your Rangers on TXA 21. The final home series of the year begins tonight with a magic number of 2 for the Rangers to clinch their second consecutive American League West Division Championship. Tonight, first of 3 against the Mariners, and we welcome you, Dave Barnett, along with Tom Grieve. And if this goes well for the Rangers, it will probably have something to do with another strong start against Seattle by Matt Harrison.
Yeah, Matt Harrison has had a terrific season. It's been a breakout season for him. He's always shown the promise, still very young, still 25 years old, but he's put it together this year. He's pitched really well against Seattle. His last 6 starts against Seattle, he's undefeated with a 1.70 ERA. He's won his last 3 starts, all of them in September. His last start was 6 2/3 shutout innings against Seattle. So he's on a good roll. He overcame a bad month of August and right back where he started from, pitching the ball great right now.
Part of another remarkable year for the Rangers, an excellent chance at somewhere around perhaps as many as 95 victories and record attendance. The big crowd expected tonight, tomorrow afternoon, and Sunday afternoon. Matt Harrison against Anthony Vasquez. Lineups and first pitch when we come back to the ballpark. On TXA 21 is brought to you by your Texas Ford dealer. Ford is the best in Texas. By AT Rethink Possible. By TXU Energy. To find a plan that's right for you, call TXU Energy, the right things right now. And by Southwest Airlines. Find our fares online only at southwest.com. Well, looking ahead, nothing wrong with that. Appetites were certainly whetted this time 12 months ago. Ron Washington's club coming in, controlling their own fate in terms of another West Division championship. No matter what happens tonight at Anaheim as the Angels begin their series with Oakland. The Rangers are 2 wins away, or a combination of wins and Angel losses, from clinching the division. They come in with momentum, having won 4 of their last 5, 8 of their last 10. A month of September that has produced a 13-6 record so far. This is the Seattle lineup they'll face tonight. Ichiro leading off by far his worst year. Trayvon Robinson, promising switch-hitting rookie center fielder, is batting second. Dustin Ackley at second base. Miguel Olivo, the catcher, batting cleanup with Mike Karp in left. The former Ranger, Justin Smoke, is the DH tonight with Kyle Seager at short. Alex Liddy is batting 8th. Playing third base, Chris Jimenez bats 9th, and he is the first baseman. Matt Harrison, winner of his last 3 starts, going for his 14th win of the year.
It's been a nice season for Matt. Look at his ERA at 3.42, less hits than innings pitched. Last 3 starts have gone well. In the month of September, he's 3-0 at 2.41 ERA. More strikeouts. Strikeouts are up this month in his last 3 starts. This season against Seattle, he's 3-0 with a 1.27 ERA. Matt had a great month of July. Then he struggled a little bit in August, and he's right back on track right when you want to see it as the season's winding down. Had a real nice month of September, finishing strong, hopefully headed into the playoffs. Matt was disappointed last year that he didn't become part of the Rangers' active roster during the playoffs. Made up his mind that that wouldn't happen again, and he's made that happen with great performance this year.
He has stowed that away, used it as motivation with great results. Ron Washington says big thing is he's learned how to get his body through the grind. He was winding down a little bit a few weeks ago. Thus, he got the 10-day break. Ended out with 2 perfect relief innings on August 31st against Tampa Bay. And the winner of 3 starts with a 2.41 earned run average since. As Ichiro just 6 for 28 against Matt Harrison. And needing 21 hits in his final 6 games for his record string of 200 hit seasons to continue on to a record 11th year. He and Pete Rose tied for the all-time lead, 10 200 hit seasons. And a very pleasant 79 degrees as we get underway tonight. Seattle 24 games behind the Rangers with a record of 66-90, a month of September in which they are 8-13.
Pretty much duplicated the first swing. Beat it right into the ground.
Ichiro, he in a month will turn 38. Perhaps the age starting to show with the diminished numbers. It's not been a horrible year. It's just not been anywhere near an Ichiro year. Career average 331 coming in. You don't expect 274.
Yeah, the thing with Ichiro, everything else looks fine. He's playing defense well. He's still throwing well. He's running well. He's stolen 40 out of 47 bases. He looks great. Body is pretty much the exact body it was 10 years ago. But he's not putting the numbers up offensively that he did before.
Finally gets one fair, and it's an easy chopper back to Matt Harrison. Here's the Ranger defense. A little different in the outfield tonight. David Murphy is in left, Josh Hamilton in center, and Craig Gentry moves over to right, with Beltre, Andrews, Kinsler, Young the infield, and Napoli behind the plate. Ron Washington getting Josh Hamilton some center field reps tonight. Position he will play for the most part, if not exclusively in the postseason.
Yeah, and from Craig Gentry's standpoint, who knows? He might come in and play some right field. Defensive replacement.
David Murphy some time in left field, and Wash had talked about tonight being the night when Nelson Cruz would return to right field, but he decided one more night at DH for Nelly.
Isn't that the way Wash usually does it?
It is.
When he makes up his mind, he just says one more day just to keep it safe.
Well, the player says, okay, I'm healthy. I'm ready. One more day. And after a 3-hour-plus flight after the series wrapped up in Oakland yesterday, Wash decided, why push it one more day? So probably tomorrow afternoon.
Well, I think it's a good policy, especially with guys that have been injured. You don't want to see it happen again.
1-2 on the Mariners center fielder Trayvon Robinson. Came over at the trade deadline in the three-way deal. He had been with the Dodgers AAA Albuquerque team, having a terrific year there. Trade sent Eric Bedard to the Boston Red Sox, and Napoli thinking that might have been a fair chop at the plate. Dana DeMuth says no foul ball. Kerwin Danley umpiring at first, Doug Eddings at second, and Paul Noward at third. Robinson's major league debut a few days after that trade, August 5th. Dodgers took him in the 10th round, 2005, out of Los Angeles' Crenshaw High School. First major leaguer since Darryl Strawberry to make it out of Crenshaw in South Central. And a check swing, and Kerwin Danley confirms he didn't go around, and it's 2-2. Robinson, part of the RBI program, reviving baseball in the inner cities. Working in his case exactly the way baseball envisioned it to work. Up after 7 years in the minor leagues. And he chops that one to Elvis Andrus. 2 ground ball outs to begin the game for Harrison. That, of course, the Matt Harrison specialty. 30 double plays he has induced.
That was one of the defensive plays that sometimes gets Elvis in trouble, where he lays back on the ball and then throws it on his heels softly to first base. Came out, worked fine that time, but occasionally that's been the throw that's gotten away from him a little bit and caused a little conversation between he and Ron Washington. That time he got it over there fine, no problem. But that's something he hasn't been doing the last month or so. He's been having his momentum coming forward and throwing firm, accurate throws to first base.
So with 2 outs, here's Dustin Ackley. And this foul pop back out of play. Ackley, a very visible part of the Mariners' future. Second overall pick in the draft 2 years ago out of the University of North Carolina. And another ground ball. This time it's Ian Kinsler down on the knee. That's how the Mariners go in order their half of the first. Kinsler and the Rangers coming to bat. With this lineup tonight, Ian Kinsler leading off, Elvis Andrus batting second ahead of Josh Hamilton at center, Michael Young playing first, Adrian Beltre batting fifth and third with Napoli catching, Cruz again the DH, Murphy batting eighth and left ahead of Craig Gentry in right, and San Antonio Reagan High School product Anthony Vasquez making his sixth major league start.
Well, he's had 5 starts. Obviously, they haven't gone well yet. One of them was his start against the Rangers, 3 innings. Gave up 3 home runs in the 3rd inning. 9 home runs in 24 innings. That's really been a problem for him. He's not an overpowering lefty. Slightly below average fastball, you'd have to say. For him to be successful against the Rangers, he's really going to have to spot his fastball and use his changeup effectively. He's just not going to be able to get the Rangers out if they're locked into fastballs and he throws a fastball.
Behind 2 balls and a strike, and he gets the foul to even the count against Kinsler.
That's what he'll have to do right there. When he's behind in the count, 2-1, throw a changeup or a curveball, something other than a fastball. That got him in trouble in the 3rd inning of the last game in Seattle when the Rangers hit 3 home runs against him.
Yeah, that one got away pretty quickly. 3rd inning homers by Beltre, Hamilton, and Andrus. 5 runs, 7 hits in his 3 innings. Start of the year, Double-A Jackson. Not overwhelming numbers there. 5 and 7 to 377 earned run average. On to Triple-A Tacoma, better there. Triple-A 4-3 record. That one is hooked deep but foul. And the answer to the question why Anthony Vasquez getting these late September starts, the answer apparently because they really don't have any other candidates in their system to come up. As he issues a leadoff walk to Ian. So very thin in pitching system that Eric Wedge now has funneling up to the Mariners. Outfield with Karp, Robinson, and Ichiro. The Italian Alex Liddy playing third with Seager, Ackley, and Jimenez. The infield, Olivo, the veteran catcher. So Kinsler aboard for Elvis Andrus, hit in 14 of his last 15 games with a single and a walk yesterday in Oakland. And if you're thinking Kinsler might run, good chance he will. That is 26th consecutive steal without being thrown out yesterday. Last time he was thrown out first 2 weeks of the season.
Yeah, that was Ian's 85th walk against 71 strikeouts.
3 steals from his second 30-30 season. Took care of the 30th home run. And a big Wednesday 8th inning. Tying a game that Josh Hamilton would win with a home run 2 at-bats later. Vasquez a good move there at a pretty close play at first.
The Rangers have stolen 135 bases and they've only been thrown out 43 times. Opponents have only stolen 79 bases, 56 fewer stolen bases, and Ranger catchers have thrown out opponents 3 times more than the Rangers have been thrown out. That's been a huge swing. Stolen bases versus and against.
Ground ball turns into a double play. Seager to Ackley to Jimenez.
I should say for and against, for the Rangers and against them.
Was pulling that one toward the hole. Still turns into an easy 2. Hope that wasn't Elvis feeling anything in the way of a hamstring twinge. Been way too much of that lately. Well, it looks like he's not any discomfort. Josh Hamilton sends that one out to Robinson in center field, and Vasquez works around the leadoff walk to Ian Kinsler, scoreless after one.
Because they're going to put the Angels game up on the Jumbotron if the Rangers win, so folks can see if they'll clinch the West. We're up here in the Community Corner tonight to talk about a special program for kids facing some challenges, whether it's swimming, horseback riding, canoeing. For North Texas children with neuromuscular disease, the Muscular Dystrophy Association Summer Camp at Camp John Mark in Meridian is like a home away from home. Nearly 100 campers and counselors come from all over North Texas. Whether they have challenges or not, for them, it's a chance to be themselves. Find out more at mdausa.org. Dave?
Elvis bobbling that sharp ground ball off the bat of Miguel Olivo, but recovering in time to get the fourth straight ground ball out.
Yeah, he's fortunate that it was Olivo running. Otherwise, that probably would have been an error. But he stuck with it. Made a good, hard, accurate throw after he bobbled it.
Elvis's errorless streak is up to 30 straight games.
A good start for Matt Harrison. 4 straight ground ball outs.
One out here in the second, and the left fielder Mike Karp.
Last start, Matt had his best curveball, his words. Certainly appeared that it was a big pitch for him, and after the game he kind of confirmed that. He felt that was the best curveball he's had in a game. And it's probably one of the reasons he had such a good ball game against Seattle. Struck out 9 in that game. Went 6 2/3, gave up 6 hits, no runs, struck out 9. We'll see if he can follow that game up with another one today where the curveball is a big pitch for him as well.
Mike Karp has had a strong second half. He came up July 9th. He is at 302 in 58 games since then. 11 homers, 44 runs batted in. Had some big hits against the Angels.
Yeah, he might have worked himself right into their starting lineup for the future. Seen him play first. He's playing left field now. Justin Smoke, you would think, would be their first baseman of the future, but Karp's earned some playing time. Good for him.
Tuesday tied their rookie single game club record. 5 hits, 5 for 5 at Minnesota. Kinsler recovers from a bobble.
I love the flair that Ian plays with. Kind of plays second base like Ichiro plays right field. He likes to field balls in different ways and catch him in his hand. Watch, he's going to catch this and kind of flip it into his right hand. Not that easy a ball either. It's hit pretty hard. Just flips it up, grabs it, fires it over to first base. Has fun fielding out there.
Was this on purpose?
No, he bobbles it here.
Yeah.
But then here, he just kind of flips it up into his right hand. That part was on purpose. The first bobble wasn't.
So good if that almost made it look like I meant for that thing.
Yeah, I know. He disguised the little bobble.
So 2 outs. Here is Justin Smoak wearing that shield on the helmet because he missed half of the month of August with a fractured nose. Took a vicious one-hopper right off the face at first base.
Good job by Matt right there. 2-out, 2-0 count, fastball count. Smoke's looking for a fastball all the way. Matt threw him a changeup.
In an injury-plagued year for Justin. Recently missed time with a right groin strain. DHing again. Yet to return to first base since that injury. And the first 3-ball count for Harrison. And the first ball in the air for Seattle. Kinsler puts it away, and Harrison retires to first 6. Michael Young to lead off the Rangers second. Second. Anthony Vasquez worked around a leadoff walk to Ian Kinsler in the first. Help from a double play ground ball by Elvis Andrus. Michael off a 7 for 13 3-game series in Oakland, and he rips a base hit here.
And that's really the best way to hit a crafty off-speed pitcher like Vasquez. Is don't try to pull the ball. Go back through the middle. Hit it to right center field. Allows you to wait on the ball and generally make a little bit more solid contact. And that was definitely some solid contact.
Turns into base hit number 206 on the year for Michael. 2 behind Adrian Gonzalez, who is not getting any hits tonight because the Red Sox have been rained out at New York. That game will be made up as part of a day-night doubleheader on Sunday. Active 200 hit seasons. You got Ichiro with 10, Derek Jeter 7, Michael Young with his 6th. And now Adrian Beltre, also a good series against the A's, 5 for 13. Yesterday, a hit, a run, and a run batted in. And there are the two leading hit makers from 2002 on in baseball. Basically from when Ichiro came on the scene, when Michael Young became Michael Young. And every day in, day out, hitting force. No one has more base hits than those two. High and deep and gone.
This guy's unbelievable. Every time he swings the bat, it hits right on the sweet spot of the bat. Best thing you can do to him right now is walk him. You can't throw it where he can't hit it.
Same thing he did to Anthony Vasquez last Saturday. Home run number 29. RBIs 99 and 100 for Beltre. What a first year in Texas.
Wow. It's like we watch that scene every day. Hits a home run, walks the gauntlet. They try to knock his helmet off. He's smiling. He sits down. And everybody gathers around him to listen to him talk. It's unbelievable. What a player.
Up and turned on that one, up and in. He didn't need to see where it landed. Neither did Vasquez. Neither did Carp. He didn't crane his neck, but for a split second or so out and left. And now 2-2 to Napoli. Beltre now 9 home runs in his last 12 games. His 9th in September. That ties him for the major league lead with Kinsler. Napoli sends Robinson back a bit out in center field. There's the first out of the second. Where would it land? Way back. Back of those seats. The lower level in left field. That's about as long a home run as we've seen to that part of the park, I think, maybe all year. 409 feet.
Poor guy in a red shirt almost got hit right in the head by that ball. Luckily, it was a little bit over his head. Put his hands out and went right through his hands.
For Beltre, his 3rd career 100 RBI season, his 2nd in a row. This having missed 35 games of late with his hamstring woes. Two and 1 to Cruz. He'll get his timing back where he can keep hitting shots like the one we just saw. This guy's snapping off a nice curve there to even it at 2-2. Beltre now 1 home run better than Cruz's total of 28. That one finds the hole. 3rd Ranger hit of the inning. Nelly's 4th in 23 at bats since coming off the disabled list 10 days ago. So he's aboard with 1 out for David Murphy. He comes in with a 5-game hitting streak. Back a little further. David hitting in 21 of his last 24 games at .371. Lifting his batting average 33 points in that span. Vasquez consistently falling behind in the count here in the second. Not something he can easily overcome. San Antonio Reagan, Texas A&M for a year, then went on to USC. He gets the outside corner there. Vasquez, an economics major. Well, he was mostly playing outfield for the Trojans. He was not a weekend starting pitcher there. And 3-2 to Murphy. Vasquez grew up, big Ranger fan, big Josh Hamilton and Vlad Guerrero fan. He says Vlad's his all-time biggest sports hero. And a walk to Murphy, and 4 of the first 5 Rangers here in the second have reached.
Well, David just waited him out. He got ahead in the count, took a couple of strikes, and then got ball 4.
And that gets the pitching coach Carl Willis out to the mound. Again, Vasquez getting a late look in the majors despite a minor league career record of only 25 and 23. Drafted just 2 years ago, 18th rounder out of USC in their 09 draft. Modestly built prospect, 6 feet, 175 pounds. He turned 25 this past Monday. And now faces Craig Gentry. 2 runs already in here in the second. Cruz at second, Murphy at first with 1 out. And here is Gentry, making his 36th start of the season, but his 3rd at right field. Craig 0 for 3 yesterday in Oakland. That snapped a 4-game hitting streak. And that was the longest in Craig's brief major league career to this point. A good first pitch curve for a strike. So already a home run tonight. Rangers held homerless yesterday after hitting at least 12 of the 13 previous games. The Rangers have not homered. They have lost the last 6 games that has happened. Another curve, and it's 0-2. Top of the order, Kinsler would be next. That loads the bases.
Got ahead 0-2 and tried to come in with a fastball and just hung on to it too long. Threw him off-speed pitches to get ahead. You see the catcher set up in, and the pitcher tries to sneak that fastball maybe on the inside corner, maybe get him to swing at it and get jammed instead. He threw about 1.5 feet too far inside.
So they are loaded for Ian, who walked to begin the game. That pitch working pretty well. The first pitch curve for a strike. Low with the change. Cruz at third after a single. Murphy at second after a walk. Gentry at first. Control issues for Vasquez, and out 2 balls and a strike to Ian. On our Ford leaderboard tonight, teams with the most players with at least 60 runs batted in. No one has more than the Rangers 7. Kinsler with 74. Terrific number as a leadoff hitter.
He was trying to throw off speed pitches and stay away from his fastball, that 2-1 pitch, but now he's behind in the count, 3-1.
And he gets a ground ball to Liddy, and a double play for the second straight inning. And the damage limited to the 2-run home run by Beltre as Vasquez loads the bases and then gets a key pitch for the grounder. Beltre, though, reaches 100 RBIs as he lands that one 409 feet away. TXA 21 is brought to you by Toyota. Visit buyatoyota.com today. Toyota, moving forward. And by Budweiser. Great times are waiting. Grab some buds. And Harrison has set down the first 6 Mariners in order, 5 on ground balls. And he starts Kyle Seager with a strike.
Good sinker right there. He swung right over the top of it.
Seager,
go ahead, Dave.
3rd round pick. Same school that produced Dustin Ackley. Same draft, 2009 out of Carolina.
4 left-hand hitters in the lineup. Suzuki, Ackley, Karp, and Seager. And last time Matt faced Seattle, one of the things he talked about after the game was how he has struggled against left-handed pitching, and he wanted to do something different to get left-hand hitters out. And in that game, it was his curveball that neutralized the left-hand hitters, and they had a terrible day against him.
There's the curve. Rides high in this case. They were 1 for 13. The left-handed hitters had been hitting better than 300 against Harrison for the year.
Yeah, a lot of those outs were strikeouts. Today, so far, the left-hand hitters have all grounded out. It's been sinkers that's been doing the job for him. Ichiro, Ackley, and Karp have all grounded out in the ball game.
Pop up here, hugging the line into foul territory and reaching up over the wall is David Murphy.
Yeah, good play by David. Stayed right with it. Not much foul territory there. Ball girl gets out of the way. And fortunately, the fan with the red hat missed it. He fanned on that ball. If David wasn't there, he wouldn't have touched it. He tried to catch it on this side of the fence. That would have been fan interference right there, and that probably would have been an out anyway. But the fan was probably 2 feet away from having glove make contact with ball. That was a little bit embarrassing for him to see, I think.
Alex Liddy with a base hit on the first pitch he sees. First hit, first Seattle base runner.
Watch the guy. That guy missed that ball. He was too far in front of it and too far to the other side of it.
Perfect. Do I have it? Yep, it's in there.
Just making sure. I felt something.
Well, the fan heard it too. They just played it up on the video screen, and his fellow Ranger fans not pleased that he was competing with David Murphy for that out.
Well, it all worked out well. Except for him. Now we're going to show him.
It worked out better than if he had caught it.
Yeah, that would have been a good call for the umpire to have to make, because he was definitely on this side of the fence. And I don't like to get on the fans for doing that. Just because we talked about that the other day. Just because, you bring your glove to the ballpark, you're hoping to get a ball. Here comes one your way. You don't think about, oh, I better get out of the way of David Murphy. All he's thinking is, I got a shot at this ball. I'm going to try to catch it. I can't blame him for that.
2-0 pitch to Chris Jimenez is a foul ball. Michael Young went over for a look.
A lot of people to thank tonight, Dave. We might have had the perfect storm tonight of things being delivered to our booth. First off, I'll start with Becky Farrell from Bedford, Texas. She's our cake ball queen, and she sent up another batch of apple walnut cake balls. She had to go home, so she's watching on TV right now. Her husband Tim, her son Sean, and her brother-in-law Bob are all here at the ball game, though. Thank you, Becky. You've been great this season. Don't know how many batches you've sent up, but it's probably somewhere around 10 or 12. Thank you very much. Pam Hearthcock and Rachel Knight of Mansfield sent up some Texas pecan pralines. Big Ranger fans from Mansfield. Thank you very much, Pam and Rachel. Just getting started.
Jimenez, it's a slow roller handled by Beltre. Out number 2, but he advances Liddy to scoring position for Ichiro.
Our friends from MR Pigs sent us up another barbecue feast with sopapilla, cheesecake, brisket, ribs, you name it. That's what's left of it. We didn't say we're always neat up here, but we enjoy the food. Thanks Russ and Melody and Eric from MR Pigs for another fantastic season. You guys have been great. Also want to thank Jennifer and Stan Jeffus from Rockwall, Texas. Jennifer made a big batch of peanut butter cookies tonight. We saw her at the Kenny Rogers luncheon. She told us she was going to do that, and she definitely delivered. Thank you very much. Also, our friends from the Chocolate for the Soul Festival. Kim Brown, who's the festival chair. That's in Crum, Texas. First United Methodist Church puts that on. If you're near Crum on October 1st, go by. You'll enjoy the chocolate. We got another sample of it. In fact, we got some more chocolate-covered bacon tonight. So thank you for thinking of us, Kim.
Chocolate-covered bacon.
Yep.
Heard about it, never tried it.
Yeah, it's not bad.
Maybe tonight's tonight.
Not bad.
That's got to be somewhere available at the State Fair.
You would think so. Nice wave, Ichiro. Hi, if you're waving at me. Also, Robbie Dowd is celebrating an 87th birthday here at the ballpark. Robbie and John love the Rangers and watch every game. Thank you very much for sending up that. I think you sent up a batch of sweets. If not, it's just a happy birthday wish. Either way, thanks for being here. And we'll get to the rest in the next half inning.
Ichiro, as he did beginning the game. Thrown out of the comebacker to the mound. Browse the largest online selection of authentic team gear, including official caps, t-shirts, jerseys, collectibles, and more. Get your team gear straight from the source. Shop the TexasRangers.com shop. Andrews, Hamilton, and Young in the Ranger third, leading 2-0. Elvis shows butt, takes that curve for a strike, grounded into a double play in the first, and the double play bailed Vasquez out of potentially tremendously more damage than the Rangers inflicted in the second. You got the 2-run homer by Beltre. Then he loaded the bases, but got the double play grounder off the bat of Ian Kinsler. So in an inning in which Vasquez gave up 2 singles, a walk, hit a batter, and a home run, that's about the least possible damage in terms of runs that you could inflict with all that, as he made the big pitch to Kinsler. Two pitch to Elvis. Hits that one on the ground as well, and he's thrown out by Ackley. Do we have more thank yous?
We do. I lost one of them, but we still have some more here. Pauline Polly Murray is 88 years old today, and she baked a chocolate cake, a giant chocolate cake for us. And she's out here with 20 members of her family and friends celebrating her 88th birthday. So, Polly, thank you very much for that. I often talk about how great our ball girls are down the left and right field lines. We see all of them in our league, and we don't notice any in any park that do a better job than our girls. And down the right field line is Ashton, who does a great job, and her mother did a great job. She baked us a big batch of cookies tonight. So Ashton, when you get home, I hope you'll thank your mom for us. That was very nice of her to do that. And that, I think, is it for the sweets. And to the people that can't stand hearing us talk about that, sorry that it was a little bit longer tonight. But for all the people who enjoy it, there's one to enjoy.
Hamilton finally gets a fastball from Vasquez and deposits it way out there to right center field. His 25th homer, and it's 3-0.
That went a long way, like a tee shot. That's about a 400, and that's got to be 440, 450. Went over the 407 sign, 8 rows back on a line, so it would have gone a little bit farther than that before it hit the ground. That got out of here in a hurry. Low inside fastball. What a swing. Look at his head. Right on that ball. Boom.
Up until that pitch, nothing but off-speed stuff from Vasquez to Josh. He was ready when he finally got something a little faster and straighter.
I got out of here in a hurry. Homer number 25 for Josh.
And he's hitting him in bunches late. 6th in his last 10 games. Two-0 to Michael. Singled on a 2-0 pitch his first time up, and he drills that one deep to left center field. Off the wall. And a double for Michael.
And Michael came into the game hitting .335. Adrian Gonzalez was hitting .341. The 2 hits probably have Michael around .337, maybe .338. Trying to close that gap with a week to go in the season. Gonzalez, as you said, Dave, is not playing tonight. They were rained out, but in the meantime, Michael's doing whatever he can to close that gap himself.
You're pretty close on your home run estimate. 433 feet for Josh.
I'd say that's one that if you allowed that ball somehow to hit the ground, it would have been farther than that, because it's 407 to the wall, and I have to think that went more than 25 or 30 feet farther than that. in any event, it was a line shot that got out of here in a hurry.
Beltre on a 1-1 pitch in the second hit a towering blast that landed at the back of the lower level seats in straightaway left field, 409 feet. So the long balls producing these 3 Ranger runs. Very much like a tee shot.
That's just
well described.
That ball's a lot farther than 430 feet. But one sad thing to mention tonight. The Rangers lost a great Ranger fan. Gladys Allison passed away recently. She was a great fan of the Rangers. She wrote us a number of very nice letters over the years. So to Gladys's family, we would send our condolences.
Two curves to Beltre, hit high and deep, right center field, but Robinson has room in front of the track. Deep enough for Michael Young to take third with 2 outs. Well, Adrian just under that one a little bit.
You know, all you can say is if it only went to the warning track, he didn't get all of it.
Mike Napoli also flied out to Robinson, his first at bat.
One thing people ask all the time, Dave, is you talk about all that food. Who eats all that food? No group of people the size of the group that stays in our booth here could eat that much food. So what we do is we share it. There's probably from any given time 20 to 30 people in the press box. We share it with them. We bring it into the press dining room and share it with the people who work in there. We bring it down to Eric Nadell, Steve Busby, and the radio guys. Allie, our stage manager, shares it with the visiting broadcast crews. And then various people that walk through the press box from time to time are invited to partake. So there's a lot of people that enjoy it. And all the people this year that have sent food up to us, we can't tell you how much we appreciate it and how many people have enjoyed it.
Yeah, the best review we can give is no matter how much is up here at any one time, at the end of the game, there's nothing left.
No, it's usually gone. We'll send it down to all the guys working down in the truck that they can enjoy it after the game. They can't eat in the truck during the game, but after the game they can.
2-2 pitch to Napoli. Deep right, but caught by Ichiro to end the inning. Josh Hamilton's 25th home run of the year extends the Ranger lead through 3 to 3-0. AT trivia question for tonight. Since his debut in 2006, Ian Kinsler's one of 5 second basemen with more than 100 home runs. Name the other 4. And as you chew on that, Trayvon Robinson to lead off the Mariner 4th. He grounded to short back in the 1st. Matt Harrison threw 3, allowing only a 1-out single in the 3rd to Alex Liddy. 7 ground balls. A pop to Kinsler. And a foul out to Murphy for the first 9 Seattle outs.
The other thing, Dave, that Matt hasn't shied away from is answering the question, do you think skipping a start helped your endurance and helped make you stronger? And he doesn't skip a beat. He says absolutely. It had a lot to do with how I'm throwing right now. I needed that little break.
There's his first strikeout as he climbs the ladder on Robinson. Yeah, Matt doesn't shy away from anything. He's a lot like Derek Holland, very straight on with whatever topic you might broach with him.
Yeah, I think there's some people that might say, nah, I didn't need that rest. I was fine. I was going to throw good anyway. But there's nothing wrong with saying, yeah, I was tired. My legs were tired. I needed a little break, and it really helped me. Just being honest. You know, first time he's been through a 6-month season. First time he's ever approached 180 innings in one season. He's still very young. And so it stands to reason that a little rest would help him. Ron Washington, Mike Maddox decided that that would be the best thing for him, and it really worked. It was a great idea. Look the way he's thrown in September. He's won all 3 starts in September.
Worked so well that for the second time, and the same for Alexio Gondo, who will get the start tomorrow against Felix Hernandez. Mike Napoli there for out number 2, retiring Dustin Ackley.
The other thing that they've tried to do, they've kept C.J. Wilson on schedule to throw every 5 days, but frequently the other guys in the rotation will get an extra day or 2 between starts. And so instead of throwing on 4 days rest, sometimes they're throwing on 5 days rest, even a couple of times on 6 days rest. And that, I think, really has helped keep the guys strong.
CJ telling Steve Buechele all about it.
Yeah, it's great to see Boo dressed out and with a ball club. Steve has been the Double-A manager in Frisco. Another good season there for the guys.
Former great Ranger third baseman of the 80s. Miguel Olivo grounded to short first time up. This one he drives high and deep into the left field corner. But David Murphy makes the catch. And it's another 1-2-3 inning. 3 of the first 4 have been from Matt Harrison. And our fan gets his souvenir after all.
All right.
Nicely done, David.
Now that is a nice thing to do right there. That
Debuted in 2006. He is one of 5 second basemen with more than 100 home runs since then. Dan Uggla leading the way by a long shot, 189. Chase Utley, Robinson Cano, Brandon Phillips also triple digits in home runs in that span. Nelson Cruz singled his first time up. And that backhand attempt doesn't work for Kyle Seager, and Nelly aboard to lead off the bottom of the 4th.
Couple of hits for Nelly as he battles through some timing issues to get where he needs to be, hopefully for the postseason. Hard hit ball. Almost a nice play by Seager. Couldn't quite come up with it, though.
And it is scored as a base hit for Nelly by our official scorer, Steve Weller. So Cruz is 2 for 2. Strike one to Murphy, who walked. Following the Cruz single in the second, Gentry then hit by a pitch to load the bases. Beltre having already hit his 2-run home run, but Vasquez got Kinsler to hit into the inning ending 5-4-3 double play. So this is a 3-0 game that could be much more out of hand than it is. The other run scoring on the Hamilton home run in the 3rd. Murphy, after that outstanding gesture, handing the souvenir to the fan, tried to fight him for an out earlier. And it's our Honda flashback moment.
It's such a thoughtful, nice thing to do. That's what happened originally. When David caught the ball, the fan missed it, but actually interfered with David. Next time there's a fly ball, David brought it back and gave it to the same fan. That made his night.
For great deals, go to shophonda.com.
That's a memorable night for him. He does need to go home and work on his fly balls, though. Came up empty on that one that he tried to catch.
Well, everybody that knows him is probably aware of it by now.
Well, if he plays, might play on a on a softball team, but if he does, we know what he has to work on. He has to take some fielding practice.
Vasquez gets Murphy looking at that curveball. That's still his best pitch, and it's his first strikeout.
According to our pitch tracks, that was right on the outside corner.
So, one out. Cruz at first. Craig Gentry. That is just foul. Just saw an excellent pitch from Vasquez. One of his worst was after he got ahead of Craig 0-2 in the second. Plunked him on the left hip. Rangers watching the Detroit Baltimore game. That is 3-3 in the top of the 8th inning at Comerica Park. Both the Tigers and the Rangers 90 and 66 in the battle for second best record in the American League. Rangers must win that outright. Tiger breaker goes to the Tigers, who won the season series. The Yankees cruising toward the best record in the American League. And the Red Sox tumbling into a real race to hang on to the wild card. They lead Tampa Bay by 2 coming into play tonight. That one into the gap, and it gets between both Carp and Robinson. Cruz around third. Gentry right behind him. Here he comes, and he's safe. A two-run inside the park home run for Craig Gentry.
He almost caught up to Nelly. Nelly's trying to favor that hamstring the best he can and still go all the way around the bases. And Gentry's trying to catch up with him. That's got to be Craig's first home run. He hasn't hit one out of the ballpark.
How about that for a first major league home run inside the park as both Carp and Robinson leave their feet?
It was hit almost exactly in the middle of them, and they both dived right by it. That's a great shot right there. Roll to the warning track, and
he wasn't even all out all the way.
He stopped at first base.
Now he turns it on.
If he was running like that all the way, he'd have been shaking hands in the dugout before they got the ball in.
This is why Ron Washington has compared Gentry's flat-out speed to that of Ricky Henderson. I don't know that I've ever seen a guy hesitate around first and still get an easy stand-up inside the park home run. The Rangers' first since Nelson Cruz, September 4th. 5 years ago, did it at Oakland. And that is it for Anthony Vasquez. Josh Lukey next in for Seattle. 5-0 Rangers. Craig Gentry supplying an electrifying moment here. His first career major league home run. Two-run inside the park job. Rangers first in over 5 years. And it chases Anthony Vasquez. And it brings on Josh Lukey, the former Ranger farmhand who came over with Justin Smoke last year in the Cliff Lee Marklow trade. And he starts with balls 1 and 2 to Ian Kinsler, who has walked and grounded into a double play.
A little bit different look. Anthony Vasquez is more of a crafty, soft-tossing left-handed pitcher. Lukey's more of a hard-throwing fastball right-handed pitcher. 95 miles an hour with that last fastball.
Shallow right field for Ichiro. Now, we showed you Gentry hesitating around first. He had to because he looked up ahead of him, and Cruz had to hesitate to make sure Carp and Robinson didn't come up with a diving catch, one of them. And as soon as you saw Dave Anderson with the windmill motion, it was just a matter of would Gentry actually pass Nelly on the base pass. He was making up ground at a very rapid pace. Well, that's there's moments that just stick in your mind during the course of the season. That's definitely going to be one, and it will never leave the mind of Craig Gentry. What a way to get your first major league home run. Mookie out 0-2 ahead of Elvis, who's grounded into a double play and grounded out to second. Ron Washington made sure that he got that baseball so he could present it to Craig. Had to go right to the mantle at home.
Yeah, there probably aren't a whole lot of guys whose first major league home run was an inside the park home run.
There aren't a lot of guys who have an inside the park home run.
That's true.
Period ever. Yeah, there's the official presentation.
I wonder how many, on average, how many inside the park home runs there are in baseball every year. How many would you guess?
I would guess no more than 5.
I was going to say 10. Maybe there's a way we can find that out.
Andrews grounds out for the 3rd straight time, but shot that goes right to the top of the Craig Gentry highlight reel and makes it 5-0 Rangers through 4. A21 is brought to you by Sports City Toyota. Come see us at sportscitytoyota.com. And by Whataburger, just like you like it. Strike one to Mike Karp leading off the Seattle 5th. Dave Barnett and Tom Grieve, a 5-0 home run built lead for the Rangers. 3 home runs accounting for all the runs so far. Very sharp man Harrison through 4 has allowed only a 3rd inning single to Alex Liddy. Not that many balls in the air. Only 4 outs recorded in the air. 1 strikeout, no walks. 55 pitches, 36 strikes so far for Matt. And so far, shutting out Seattle for the 2nd time in a week. 6 2/3 shutout inning Sunday at Safeco Field, followed by 3 relief pitchers who were perfect while they were in there. And Mike Napoli throws out Karp for the 1st out here in the 5th. Great walk-up crowd as well, and the ballpark is almost packed at this point. The Rangers needing just under 42,000 per game these last 3 Set an all-time single-season attendance record.
And they look like they've got more than 42,000 today.
Yeah, I think put a check mark by tonight. Justin Smoke popped to second his first time up. After tonight, tomorrow and Sunday afternoons, all that remains in the regular season home schedule. 3 o'clock tomorrow, Fox telecast for Alexi Ogando going for his 14th win against King Felix Hernandez. Sunday afternoon at 2, we're on Fox Sports Southwest for Derek Collins. Bid for win number 16 against Charlie Furbush on Fan Appreciation Day. Hamilton trotting back. Head to head, this has been as dominant as any Rangers Mariners series has ever been. It's the most wins the Rangers have ever had in a single season against Seattle.
And Seattle has pitched pretty well against the Rangers, but they sure haven't scored much.
ERA of 2.30, opponent batting average of 2.17. Seattle the bottom of the barrel offensively in baseball this year.
That really is the story for the Rangers this season, is total domination of Oakland and of Seattle. That's the difference between the Rangers and the Angels.
It absolutely is.
They're 500 and we're whatever.
Rangers, yeah, the Rangers are 34-17 against the West. The Angels are 26-25.
Yep, there it is.
There is your difference in the division. For the first 5 innings have been 1-2-3 affairs for Matt Harrison, and we're halfway done. 5-0 Rangers. Adrian Beltre got it started. 2-run blast in the second. Josh Hamilton in the third went 433 feet to right center. And inside the park, 2-run home run by Craig Gentry in the fourth. Right off the car, not the kid. Josh versus Josh here in the Ranger fifth. Lukey's first pitch to Hamilton, a ball. 2 balls and no strikes. Paul Nauert on the appeal. Sharply hit, but gobbled up by Dustin Ackley. And Lukey's come in after that Gentry homer and retired Kinsler, Andrews, and Hamilton. Vasquez didn't get Michael Young either time. He led off the second with a single on a 2-0 pitch. Followed the Hamilton homer in the third with a double on another 2-0 pitch. The Rangers seeing very different offerings, and not just because Lukey comes from the right side. Fastball's a good 10 miles an hour above top speed for Vasquez. Lukey up from AAA Tacoma on July 21st. He made the Pacific Coast League midseason All-Star team. And the hit gap has been close to 1 now for Michael behind Gonzalez. And it'll stay 1 as Seager's throw pulled down by Jimenez, and he gets the tag to retire Michael for the second out here in the 5th. And if he hadn't slipped coming out of the batter's box, perhaps he would have made a closer play, at least at first. Adrian Beltre has his third 100 RBI season, up to 29 home runs. And what a month of September. He came off the DL with his hamstring healing on September 1st. Here's what he's done since. Home runs tied with Kinsler. Way out in front and runs batted in now. He's been hitless in only 1 game out of the 20 he's played off the DL. One thing to get base hits, but Tom, as you continually point out, he's not just getting hits, he is squaring up just about everything he makes contact with.
Yeah, he's not getting broken bat bloopers or choppers through the infield. The hits he's getting, they deserve to be hits based on how hard he's hitting them. In fact, most of them are going over the fence.
Fouls that one off of Olivo. He's going to take a moment here. Lukey sneaking that one past Beltre right in the center of the strike zone. That hasn't happened much lately. Adrian, of course, a member of the Seattle team from 05 through 09. And the one hopper handled by Liddy across the diamond. Lukey's come in, retired all 5 batters he has faced. Through 5-0. moving forward. And we move into the 6th inning. Matt Harrison has allowed 1 base runner. It was a 1-out single in the 3rd by Alex Liddy, who leads off the Seattle 6th. Really a terrific story. First Italian-born and developed player ever to make the major leagues. A lot of firsts for Alex Liddy. First graduate of the Major League Baseball European Academy. He's the 7th Italian actually to play in the majors, but the first born and reared and developed strictly playing Italian baseball. And that really represents terrific dedication by his mother, especially. Came from a baseball family. His father played at Beverly Hills High School. His mother played softball. And you can imagine it was not easy finding baseball leagues. There are some in Italy, and Alex's mom found them, but it required an awful lot of mileage. Some accounts, baseball the 4th most popular sport in Italy. So with that background, that family dedication, here is Alex. Huge power numbers in the minors, earning him his first look at Seattle. A lot of strikeouts as well. He's played surprisingly good defensive work at 3rd base to this point.
Yeah, I'm not sure if it's a surprise or not. I don't know what his reputation was in the minor leagues, but from what we've seen in 4 or 5 games, he's an outstanding defensive player at 3rd base.
Surprising only in that he didn't grow up playing against American baseball players.
Yeah, I guess in that regard, it's a surprise he's even in a uniform right now at the big league level. Think of the equivalent. A U.S. player playing soccer in the United States and then going over and playing in the top soccer team in Europe.
Yeah.
I mean, that doesn't happen very often. And there's a lot more soccer played here than there is baseball being played in Italy.
I'll tell you one equivalent, and this may be a little out of reach. This would be if Alex Liddy someday is an MVP and leads them to a World Series championship, but not like a basketball player coming out of Germany and doing that in the NBA. Sounds outrageous, I know.
And again, I'm not so sure that if Alex Liddy did that, it wouldn't even be more remarkable than what you're talking about.
Mariner fans have to dream about such things. There's the first walk, and Harrison still has only allowed Liddy to reach. And let's check in with Joel Thomas.
Hey, thanks, Dave. You guys were talking about Fan Appreciation Day. Lots of giveaways during the game, but before the game, the first 35,000 fans will receive a shirt like this one. Now, this handsome design was actually selected by Rangers fans online. Proof, once again, that Rangers fans have great taste, don't they? Now, there's still plenty of good seats available for a 2:05 start. Go online to TexasRangers.com or go to 972 Rangers. Dave?
First pitch to Chris Jimenez is drilled into left center field. Liddy around to third. And the Mariners get something brewing here finally against Matt Harrison. Enough for a visit from Mike Maddox anyway.
One thing that has helped Matt out frequently this year is the ground ball double play. That's just what the doctor ordered right here. Give up a run to get it, but you'll take giving up a run to get 2 outs right here.
A limited number of tickets for potential ALCS games here at Rangers Ballpark go on sale at 9 tomorrow morning. And don't forget, tomorrow's game now starts at 3:10. for Fox's Saturday baseball telecast. We recommend that you get your tickets tonight to see the Mariners against the Rangers tomorrow, as ticket office phone lines may be crowded tomorrow morning. So first and third, nobody out here in the sixth, and here's Ichiro, who both times he has been up has bounced right back to Harrison. Career .331 hitter, who has actually hit better than that this year when he has DH'd. He's been the DH 10 games, and he's at .341. Against Harrison, he is 6 for 30 for the year. And that one over a leaping Beltre. That'll end the shutout. Liddy scores. Ichiro drives in his 47th run of the year, and it's 5-1.
Almost right at Beltre, about a foot over his glove. He had him played right in the right spot for that line drive, just a little bit too high.
And the two top hit makers in baseball. 0-2-1. Comparing notes out there at first. Trayvon Robinson has grounded to short and struck out. Still nobody out here in the sixth. A walk and two singles. And on a check swing, Kerwin Danley says he didn't go.
He started his swing. Couldn't tell whether he stopped in time. Kerwin Danley thought he did, though. Let's see. Yeah, it's borderline.
Ball and a strike to Robinson. Did well at AAA Albuquerque in the Dodgers system before the three-team trade at the deadline, hitting .293, 26 home runs there. Only C.J. Wilson has more double play groundouts this season and in Rangers history in a single season.
Fastball right on the inside corner.
Robinson 7 years in the minors. .283 career average there. 2 balls and 2 strikes.
Well, obviously the first inning where Matt has struggled at all. He had 5 pretty quick innings. Only had 1 base runner, the base hit by Liddy in the 3rd inning, but a little bit of a struggle here in the 6th inning with his command. Had a leadoff walk. He bounces that ball in. In danger right here of loading the bases with nobody out and a run in.
This trouble out of nowhere has Darren Oliver now getting up to throw in the Ranger bullpen. Matt had retired 8 straight. 15 of 16 batters faced coming into this 6th inning. But he started with the walk issued to Liddy on the 3-2 pitch. And the singles by Jimenez and Ichiro. And now trying to take care of Robinson again at 3-2. This will be by far his highest pitch count for any inning, as he issues his second walk to load the bases with nobody out for Dustin Ackley. It's gotten away and still hasn't come back yet for Harrison.
Well, the Mariners are not a good hitting team, and really the last thing you want to do is walk them. There's been 4 hitters, and 2 of them have walked in this inning.
Gotten Dustin Ackley on a grounder to second and a foul out to the catcher Napoli. But behind again. Oh, a brief word of support from Napoli. Ackley one swing from making this an actual game. Rangers cruising coming into this top half of the 6th. Last at everything except home runs in the American League this year. Three and a half runs per game. That one carrying well out to left center, almost to the track. Hauled in by Hamilton, so there's the first out. Jimenez scores, and it's 5-2. Ackley gets his 36th RBI on the sac fly.
Yeah, that's one. Josh should have thrown that ball to second base. You got Ichiro at second, tagging up, going to third. And you've got Robinson at first. He really wasn't going to second until he saw that ball go to third. If you throw that ball to second base, you've got a chance to keep the double play in order and get out of the inning with only 2 runs scoring. Now it's a different situation, second and third and only 1 out.
So a base hit here by Miguel Olivo, and it's suddenly a 1-run game. Olivo is grounded to short and flied to left. 0 for 14 all time against Harrison. Right field. Gentry makes the catch, but another run comes home. Ichiro makes it 5-3. And Miguel Olivo with a team leading 61st run batted in. Into the first Seattle catcher ever to lead them in home runs and runs batted in, much less both in the same year.
Craig almost overran that ball, almost went over his head.
So Robinson now at third, and with 2 outs, here's Mike Karp, who has grounded out both times he's been up. And looks at a fastball strike. '26th pitch of the inning by Harrison. And the 27th will end it, but the Mariners are in the game thanks to 2 walks, 2 singles, and 2 sac flies. Tonight's jackpot is worth $800 in dinner for two at a Sonic Drive-In. And the Rangers are hitting for Tony Nix from Sulphur Springs. If a Ranger hits a grand slam during this inning, Tony Nix from Sulphur Springs will win $25,000. You can register at any participating Sonic restaurant. Well, a 5-run lead melted to 2, and Mike Napoli will lead things off against Josh Lukey, who has set down all 5 Rangers he's faced after coming in following the 2-run inside the park home run by Craig Gentry in the 4th. Anthony Vasquez retired Napoli both times on fly balls to center and right. Gave up 5 runs on 7 hits in his 3 1/3. All the runs scoring on homers. 2-run shot by Beltre in the 2nd, a solo by Hamilton in the 3rd, and then the Gentry's first major league home run chased him for good. Best hitter in the American League during the month of September. In fact, best in the majors. September as well as the second half of the season. Off the glove of Seager, and that will be a leadoff infield hit for Napoli.
It's going to be a long throw for Seager, but it took a fairly easy hop for him to handle. He just missed it. And if he catches it, he probably was thinking about throwing that before he caught it. He was going to have to plant his foot and make a strong throw, but he never got the ball, never had a chance to. The scorekeeper has to make his decision based on does he think that if Seager caught that ball, he was going to be able to get it across in time to throw out Napoli.
It's the Rangers' 8th hit. Nelson Cruz has 2 of those. He had an infield single his last time up, leading off the 4th. And he raced home ahead of Gentry on the inside the Parker. This one to Liddy, and it turns into a 5-4-3 double play, and that's the 3rd double play ball the Rangers have hit into. Andrews in the 1st, Kinsler in the 2nd, and now Cruz here in the 6th. Former Ranger Jamie Wright loosening in the Mariner bullpen with 2 outs as David Murphy steps up. David having walked, and he was the only strikeout victim of Vasquez caught looking.
It's been a nice job by Lukey. Hasn't walked anybody, hasn't struck anybody out. Faced the minimum amount of hitters in his 2 innings.
Lukey looks good. Koji Wahara now up throwing alongside Oliver. The pitcher, he came along in that Cliff Lee trade with Blake Bevan, has looked outstanding. 14 starts, 11 quality starts this year for Bevan. It's tied for the American League Rookie League with Tampa Bay's Jeremy Hellickson. And Bevan has not walked a batter in 24 1/3 consecutive innings. He has the 3rd best walks per 9 inning ratio in the major leagues, less than 1.3. That's Cliff Lee territory for Blake Bevan. He shut out C.J. Wilson and the Rangers last weekend. That one driven high, deep to right field. Ichiro at the edge of the track for out number 3. Throw 6. It is 5-3 Rangers. of the season is this weekend. Bluebell ice cream, just $1 for kids 13 and under. It's Fan Appreciation Day, and fans can run the bases after the game on Sunday. Reserve your seats at TexasRangers.com or call 972-RANGERS. That is a 2 o'clock start here on Sunday afternoon. Last regular season home game of the year. Matt Harrison is done after 6 innings of work. He gives way to Darren Oliver for the 7th.
Yeah, really looked going into the 6th inning like Matt might be able to cruise all the way through this game. He had a low pitch count. He'd only faced one batter over the minimum. That was a base hit by Liddy. But then he ran into some control problems in the 6th inning. Had to throw a lot of pitches, walked a couple of batters, and ended up giving up 3 runs. But that's 6 innings, 3 runs. That qualifies as a quality start. And if the bullpen can do its usual fine job, Matt will be in position to win his 14th ball game.
Justin Smoke. First out of the 7th and 0 for 3 on the night. Harrison had allowed only 1 base runner into the 6th. It was a single by Liddy in the 3rd. In the 6th, 3 runs, 2 hits, his only 2 walks. So 3 hit night, 1 strikeout, 90 pitches, 58 strikes for Matt. But in position for his 14th win of the year. Kyle Seager flied out both times against Harrison. He fouled out to Murphy in the 3rd. And end of the 5th by skying to Hamilton in center. Darren worked yesterday, pitched to 1 batter. Pinch hitter Scott Sizemore in the 7th inning, who grounded out but brought in the tying run of the game. Made it 3-3. Hayes wanted with a run off Mike Adams in the 8th. And that left the magic number at 2 for the Rangers coming into this one tonight. Just a few moments, the Angels will get underway in Anaheim against the Oakland A's. It'll be Jared Weaver against Gio Gonzalez. Ranger win, Angel loss. The West belongs to Texas. Sharp 1 hopper. Ian Kinsler gets out number 2.
He was just going to smother that ball. Wasn't sure about the hop. It bounced as a short hop, but whatever it took, he was going to keep that ball in front of him, smother it, and make the play. You see him down, going to ready to take that off the chest if he had to, and makes the play at first base. Darren gets the left-hand hitter. Got a right-hand hitter coming up. Wahara is warmed up in the bullpen. Generally, when Ron comes out, he makes a change.
Usually not this much discussion involved, but the change will be made nonetheless. So Oliver does the job with the 2 ground ball outs. And Koji Wahara comes on to deal with Alex Liddy when we return to the ballpark. Kawahara will try to get the last out of the 7th inning, keep this a 2-run game. Koji 1 2/3 scoreless his last 3 appearances. 1 run his last 7. 8 strikeouts in 4 2/3 innings in that stretch.
Slowly but surely, I think Koji's becoming more comfortable as a Ranger. He needs to command his fastball a little bit better and work his split in there, but I think he's doing that a little bit better.
Alex Liddy was a problem for Matt Harrison. Singled in the 3rd, led off the 6th with a walk. Pops the first pitch he sees from Koji back just below us. Tigers in Baltimore in extra innings now at Comerica Park, and that game is 3-3 moving into the 11th. Jose Valverde on the mound now for Detroit. 90 66 along with the Rangers. 0-2 to Liddy. And he went around. Dana DeMuth rings him up, and the bullpen does the job in a 1-2-3 7th inning. Stretch time at the ballpark. #21 is brought to you by Toyota. Visit buyatoyota.com today. Toyota, moving forward. 5-3 game into the bottom of the 7th, and the 3rd Seattle pitcher of the night is the veteran from Oklahoma City and the former Ranger Jamie Wright. He will work to Gentry, Kinsler, and Andrews.
Yeah, Jamie's having another good season, solid season. Appears in a lot of games. Puts up a good number of innings. Nice ERA, nice opponent's batting average.
He follows excellent work by Josh Lukey. 2 2/3 scoreless innings in relief, allowing only an infield single by Mike Napoli. Craig Gentry providing the highlight of this game and one of the highlights of the season. His first major league home run, 2-run inside the park. Sinking line drive into the left field gap. Both Karp and Robinson left their feet. It split them, went to the wall, and Craig raced around behind Nelson Cruz. 5th inside the park home run in ballpark history. 2 players this year, besides Craig, have had their first major league home run this year as an inside the park home run. Jose Altuve of the Astros against San Francisco.
Missed that one.
August 20th. That one bunted, and Olivo comes out just in time to nip Craig at first. The other was Tony Campon of the Cubs against the Reds on August 5th. Here's our Toyota on the road American League Baseball scoreboard. Boston of the Yankees rained out. They will play a day-night doubleheader on Sunday to make that one up. Into the 11th, as we said, 3-3 Baltimore and Detroit. Minnesota and Cleveland tied bottom of the 7th.
Well, the season goes by quickly, but it doesn't seem that long ago that we were playing the Minnesota Twins. And we were talking to Bert Blyleven and Dick Bramer, their announcers.
Toronto beat Tampa Bay 5-1. Kansas City up big on Chicago, and Oakland and the Angels are just getting underway. Top of the first at Angel Stadium. Base hit up the middle by Ian Kinsler.
We were talking about the Twins, and they'd gotten off to a terrible start. They were playing some great baseball. They were playing tough against the Rangers. They were thinking, well, you know, we've got a shot to get back in this thing. And now you look at the standings. They're 35 games below 500 with the worst record in the American League by 6 games. What could their record have been since then? They haven't won many times since then. They were trying to get to 500 back then. There was maybe 6-7 games under 500. Boy, what a miserable last part of the season it's been for them. A lot of injuries, though.
Yeah, it was remarkable, though, that they had gotten at least into the discussion of making that kind of comeback.
Yeah.
It was in the late July. They were within 7-8 games of the Tigers back then. That ball gets away from Olivo and allows Kinsler to try to scoring position.
Let's see what that is. That could go either way. Tough play for the catcher. It's tailing right into the hitter. If you're the catcher, you almost feel like it's going to hit the hitter.
Wild pitch.
I would have given it a wild pitch. It had a lot of tailing action. Jamie's fastball really sinks and tails. Couldn't throw a ball straight if he tried to, which that made it even tougher for Olivo to catch.
Elvis has hit it on the ground all 3 times tonight. A double play grounder in the first, and in the third and the fourth to the second baseman Ackland. When the Rays lost at home to Toronto tonight, they had David Price on the mound, and that is huge. Tampa Bay figured they had to win out these final 6 games to have a chance in the wild card. Could have picked up a half game on Boston. Instead, they're now 2.5 back with 5 left.
Well, they just didn't take advantage of an opportunity. I mean, they played well to get into that position, but the Red Sox have gone 3-7, but they've gone 4-7. With any kind of performance over the last 10 days, with their pitching, they could be right there. But it just hasn't happened for them. They just haven't hit enough.
Red Sox have played both the Rays and the Angels into contention by going 5-16 in September. Start of the month with the best record in baseball. Strike to Elvis, and it's 2-2 as he looks back quizzically at Dana Demuth.
Borderline. A little high, maybe.
Oakland has a run on a Jemile Weeks home run.
Wow.
How about that? Got his first major league home run just yesterday against Colby Lewis.
Took that one off Jeff Weaver.
Yeah, leadoff home run off of Jared Weaver by
Jared
Weeks.
Weaver, I mean. Jeff is his brother.
Just like that, 1-0 A's. Suddenly you can't keep that Weeks kid in the park.
He looks like he's going to be a good offensive player. Got some work to do defensively, but he's a great athlete. That'll come with time. That's Gio Gonzalez on the mound for the A's too, so Angels are going to have a hard time against him.
Ball 4. And 2 aboard now with 1 out for Josh Hamilton.
Well, nothing wrong with some insurance runs here.
Absolutely nothing wrong. This is the point of the game yesterday where a 2-run lead wasn't enough. Josh drilled it 433 feet to right center in the 3rd. That made it 3-0. 25th of the year. He's also fly to center and grounded to second. And a close play with Seager sneaking behind Kinsler.
That was close. Ball got there just as Ian got his hand back on the bag. Very close play. Good call, though. Doug Eddings right on top of it.
Now back with both Kinsler and Elvis bluffing. 2-2 pitch in the 3rd from Anthony Vasquez. Only fastball Josh saw. Other than that, his first 2 at-bats, it was a steady diet of slow curves. Slices that one to left. Carp over toward the corner for out number 2. So up to Michael Young now to take advantage of the insurance opportunity here in the 7th.
They're talking about wild card races. There's a pretty good one in the National League too, where the Braves have seen a pretty healthy lead slip away. And last night the Cardinals chasing them. They lost a lead in the 9th inning, gave up 6 runs in the 9th inning to lose a game.
Braves in the 9th are leading at Washington 6-4. Kinsler trying to stay in front of Seager, block his vision. Didn't work, and Jamie Wright pitches out of the jam. And we go to the 8th. Mike Adams readying the Ranger bullpen, a 5-3 game. Game will be Rangers 8th inning specialist Mike Adams. Wednesday night at Oakland, he worked a 1-2-3 inning. Yesterday afternoon, he was touched by a Jamile Weeks double and an RBI single by Coco Crisp, and that was the difference in a 4-3 Oakland win. Mike's record falling to 4-4. This 8th inning, you'll start with the number 9 hitting Chris Jimenez, and then it'll turn over to Ichiro and Trayvon Robinson. Adam Kennedy is pinch hitting for Jimenez, who was part of their 3-run 6, singled and scored in the inning. Just off the plate of the ball and a strike. Kennedy hitting just 183 in the second half. 259 at the All-Star break. 3 for 10 as a pinch hitter, make it 4 for 11. Leadoff single up the middle. Challenge here, Tom, for Adams, pitching 3 straight games.
Yeah, and you know the game didn't go the way he wanted it to go yesterday, so he's trying to get right back on top here. Shut the Mariners down here in the 8th inning. Get himself a hold. Turn it over to Neffy for the 9th inning. But the Mariners have a pretty good start to the 8th inning with that base hit.
Ichiro, for the 3rd time tonight, bounces back to the mound and forces Kennedy at second.
Yeah, and they can't turn a double play with that throw. You know, if Mike throws that ball chest high and lets Elvis come across the bag, then you've got a shot at throwing out Ichiro. But Ichiro still runs well. And as soon as he threw that ball almost in the dirt, Elvis had to make sure he caught it. And there was no way he could make a throw on Ichiro. The ball's behind him and down like that. That's why you practice that in spring training, so that when it comes up into a game, you can make that throw. But much different under game circumstances than it is in practice.
Trayvon Robinson is grounded to short, struck out, and walked.
And the other side of it is, as well as Ichiro gets down the line, even with a perfect throw, they might not have been able to turn a double play. But it would have given them a chance.
So Robinson tying run at the plate, 2 homers on the year. But again, he hit a ton of them in the minors. '26 in 100 games with the Albuquerque Isotopes this year. All the damage for Seattle in the 6th. Matt Harrison working on a 1-hit shutout through 5. 3 runs on 2 hits, 2 walks, 2 sac flies in that 6th inning. And that was it for Harrison. If this turns into 2, no on the relay by Andrews.
It looked like Elvis couldn't get a grip on the ball. Well, Robinson runs well down the line, so he knew he had to hurry. It was going to be close at first base anyway. Had a chance to get the double play, but as Elvis went to transfer it from his glove to his hand, he couldn't get it out of his glove. Pretty hard hit ball. And Elvis just never had a grip on it. But 2 nice ground balls for Mike as he tries to work his way out of a leadoff single.
Good slide as well by Ichiro. I'm not sure even if he had a perfect grip. He's going to get Robinson with his speed. So
might not have.
Dustin Ackling, who was grounded out, fouled out, and drove in a run on a sac fly in the 6th. Fortunately, so far for Adams, working in his 3rd straight game. It's been a low pitch inning. That's just his 7th. This is his 4th batter.
The Rangers miss Mark Lowe, who hurt his hamstring the other day. One more power arm to choose from out in the bullpen. The Rangers have some pretty good depth out there, but it's tough to lose Mark as well as he was throwing. I know he's disappointed about that injury. Become a big part of the late inning bullpen work for the Rangers.
He was putting on a brave face in the clubhouse before the game, but man, it's got to be so tough for him. He has never had a hamstring issue in his life.
That's
he was
a shame.
doing his usual pregame running before the game the day before yesterday, and his left hamstring popped on. It's a grade 2 strain. Grade 1 is the least serious, so it's moderate, and best estimate would have him back in 2 weeks, but it's almost unheard of to return that quickly, so that might well have cost Mark Lowe any chance of participating in the postseason. Therefore, it's O'Day and Tateyama up instead of Lowe in the Ranger bullpen.
But I think they were warming up just to get their work in. Felice is getting warmed up now.
Runner goes, and that just missed. A full count. Robinson at second.
Tries to bring it back on the outside corner, but it missed. It was a few inches outside. Good try. Got a shot to get him right here, though. Leave that man out at second. Give Felice a 2-run lead to work with next inning.
Tigers have won that game in the 11th against Baltimore 4-3. Victor Martinez with the walk-off single. Left field, and David Murphy in his tracks puts that one away, and it's a scoreless 8th inning for Mike Adams. Beltre, Napoli, and Cruz to hit in the Ranger 8th. dealer of the game is Jim McNabb Honda off I-35 in Denton, or log on to jimmcnabbhondanorth.com. Bottom of the 8th, and the 4th Seattle pitcher of the night is in. Former Texas Longhorn Chance Ruffin. As Mike Adams smiles after doing his job in the 8th. And Ruffin on for the 13th time this year. He's got Beltre, Napoli, and Cruz.
Yeah, we talked about Chance Ruffin the other day when he came in to pitch against the Rangers in Seattle. He was a high draft choice for the Tigers, and he was included in that trade where Doug Fister went to the Tigers to be in their starting rotation. Ruffin is a relief pitcher who could someday work himself into a closer role. I think that's what Seattle probably hopes, or at least a solid setup man. He's a good fastball, and best pitch is a hard slider that he likes to throw.
Chance out of Austin. Father Bruce, 12-year major leaguer with the Phillies, Brewers, and Rockies.
Dave, we got a milestone is reached today, I guess you would say, but it's a sad day for all of us because it marks the last day for Phil Crow. You've heard us talk about the crow's nest. That's where Phil has manned that camera for a number of years. Phil has been a lot more than a cameraman. He's been an executive producer among a lot of other things. He's been involved in Ranger baseball for the last 32 years. He's going to retire this year, and we're all going to miss Phil. We have a pretty good feeling that he'll still be out at the ballpark occasionally.
Adrian Beltre, sharp one hopper, but Seager throws him out.
One thing we know, Phil will be watching TCU football and TCU baseball. A few years back, Phil was a baseball player at TCU, and a good one. Good friend of Bob Schieffer's, who was there at TCU with him, and a great friend of all of us. Phil, we're going to miss you. And this is Phil's shot right here, as a matter of fact.
You know, not many people can say that they can run camera like that, and they've also run a station.
That's a good point.
Phil, for
good way of saying it.
Many years ran Channel 11. And some of us go all the way back to when he was part of our favorite show growing up, Slam Bang Theater. And working side by side with Icky Twerp, I think, should be at the very top of the resume for Phil. He's done some good things since then as well, but boy, will he be missed.
We showed the man standing next to Phil. That's James Nobles. He's masquerading as a camera guy. Actually, that's Phil's bodyguard right there. He likes Phil.
He's a Phil fan as well, as are we all.
Won't be the same without you, Phil, I'll tell you that. Phil, like a lot of the camera guys, spend a lot of time up here in our booth before the ball game as they get ready to go out to work.
They know where the food's going to be.
They know where the food's going to be, and we always enjoy conversation with Phil up here day after day. We're going to miss that.
1-2 to Napoli. An infield single in 3 trips. Then it'll be Nelly Cruz, and at some point it'll be Neftali Feliz, who is readying himself in the bullpen. So again, Detroit wins in the 11th inning over Baltimore 4-3. Victor Martinez, the game-winning RBI. Miguel Cabrera hit his 27th home run. So the Tigers now 91-66. Rangers are trying to get to 91-66. They're 3 outs away.
And the Tigers have Justin Verlander going for his 25th win tomorrow.
They will be 92-66.
If it goes according to plan, it will. He hasn't lost in recent times. 25-5 he's got a chance to go to.
Hear and read more and more discussion about why Verlander should be the MVP, as well as what's bound to be a unanimous Cy Young Award winner.
Well, I don't have a vote, but if I did, he'd get my vote. As we've said, there's no rule that says it has to go to a position player. It's kind of evolved into that, but people have the feeling you have to play every day to get that award. In fact, his own manager, Jim Leland, said he didn't believe that a pitcher should get it, but the way he's pitched the last couple of weeks, he's starting to come over to the other side. But I think if you just go strictly by what it says, who is the most valuable player in the league on their team, to have a guy 20 games over 500 in your starting rotation, to me, that makes him the most valuable player.
The team's going to be somewhere around 24, 25 over. He's responsible for 20 of those.
Yeah, they're a little bit better than a 500 team without him.
End of discussion. After the walk to Napoli, Cruz fouls it back. 2 for 3 with a double play grounder for Nelly tonight. Feliz has done his throwing. He's ready. And we talk about what a sure thing Justin Verlander has been. That is what Neftali Feliz has been against the Seattle Mariners. They have never so much as gotten a base hit off Feliz. They are 0 for 45. 3 walks and 20 strikeouts. It's the longest hitless streak for a pitcher to start a career against an individual team since the Pirates started 0 for 48 against Billy Wagner. That went on for 5 years, 96 to 01. One and 2 to Cruz. Ruffin following Anthony Vasquez, the starter. 5 runs, 3 1/3. All on homers by Beltre, Hamilton, and Gentry. That one hit pretty well. Left center field. Robinson at the edge of the track hauls in the second out. So Napoli back at first base, and with 2 outs, David Murphy will be the batter. They've yet to extend his 5-game hitting streak. He's walked, struck out, and fly to right. Josh Lukey followed Vasquez 2 2/3, 1-hit relief. Jamie Wright a hit and a walk, but a scoreless 7th. Chance Ruffin trying to work around the 1-out walk to Napoli here in the 8th. And in the Mariner ninth, their 4, 5, and 6 hitters are due. Olivo, Carpin, Smoke. Oakland and the Angels now bottom of the 2nd in Anaheim. Still 1-0. The leadoff home run by Jemile Weeks in the first off Jared Weaver. Gio Gonzalez on the mound for the A's. And 1-2 to David. Rangers hang on and win this one. And all attention in the clubhouse, all the TVs will be turned toward that A's Angels game. And if Oakland wins, the Rangers win the West for the 2nd straight year. So there would be a delayed celebration. The ginger ale would flow, but wouldn't happen on the field. If the Angels win, then that could happen tomorrow or Sunday afternoon. Rangers could get it done and celebrate right here in front of the home fans. Prospect, a lot of them have talked about hoping they could bring about.
I have a feeling if fans stay till the end of the Angel game and the players know there's fans out here, the players will come out after the game to at least acknowledge the fans that do stay. I wouldn't be surprised to see that anyway.
Well, there's 43,874 in the park. They've got fireworks upcoming. Maybe some fireworks beyond that, as Murphy stays alive at 2-2. This crowd makes it more likely that the Rangers will set the single season attendance record. They're up to 2.863 million for the year. Still needing over 41,000 tomorrow and Sunday afternoons. Set the new mark. Three o'clock tomorrow afternoon. Ogando against Hernandez. 2 o'clock Sunday. Holland against Furbush. And Ruffin strikes out Murphy. On to the ninth. Can the Mariners finally do any damage against Neftali Feliz? If not, the magic number will drop to 1. One of the plays of the year. Craig Gentry, 1 on, 1 out in the 5th inning. Got that one past Carp and Robinson to the wall. And the race was on, and Craig Gentry would sprint home with his first Major League home run, a 2-run inside the park home run. To find a plan that's right for you, call TXU Energy, the right things right now.
I love watching the two outfielders just slide together right past each other.
Well, Neftali Feliz is on in search of his 30th save. First up, Miguel Olivo, their cleanup hitting catcher, their home run at RBI leader for the year. 0 for 2 tonight with a grounder to short, a fly to left, and a sacrifice fly back in the 6th. He drove in their 3rd run, his 61st of the year. And a pop-up here in foul territory. Napoli is under it. 2 pitches to get the first out in the ninth.
They started him out with a 98-mile-an-hour fastball, and he got the pop-up on a breaking ball.
All-you-can-eat seats are available at Upper Home Run Porch this weekend. All-you-can-eat seats include unlimited grilled chicken sandwiches, hot dogs, nachos, peanuts, popcorn, and soft drinks, served in the air-conditioned Upper Home Run Porch Grill. Get your tickets for the last 2 home games of the regular season at TexasRangers.com or by calling 972-RANGERS. Mike Carp is 0 for 3, 3 ground balls. Right past him at 97 miles an hour. Feliz has retired 10 of the last 11 batters he has faced. 4 on strikeouts. Trying to get his 4th save in the last 6 Ranger games. First opportunities since August 30th. He went weeks, had very little business out there in the closer role. Two and two to Carp. $43,874 behind Meffy. That one sent Justin Smoke scrambling from the on-deck circle. He tested Justin's reflexes. And 2 outs in the ninth.
.98-mile-an-hour fastball. Good swing, but he threw it right by him.
Last chance is Smoke, who has popped to second, fly to center, and grounded to short. And they're on their feet. As Paul Noward says, Justin did not go around. Nelly 8 for 8 in his save opportunities against Seattle in his career. th outing, 15 2/3 scoreless innings. They are now 0 for 47 against him all time. But he's behind Justin 3-0. That one missing at 99 miles an hour. And ball 4 at 98, so the tie run will come to the plate in the person of Kyle Seager, the shortstop. Seager has fouled out to Murphy, fly to center and grounded to second.
Willie Mo Pena is going to run for Smoke at first base.
So Feliz ready, Seager ready. That one was going to be low, it appeared, but foul back out of play, and it's 0-1.
Yeah, the hitter before him walked on 4 pitches. He walks up and swings at a pitch that's not a strike.
Pena takes second on indifference. And a ball and a strike. And really 6 straight pitches out of the strike zone for Feliz. center field. Hamilton is there. Rangers win, and the magic number is 1. A memorable night in which all the runs scored on home runs. Hamilton's solo shot in the third. Beltre got it started, a 2-run blast in the second. And then there was the 2-run inside the Parker in the fourth by Gentry. Matt Harrison improves to 14-9. Neftali Feliz gets save number 30, and the Rangers pull back even with Detroit at 91-66. And they now await the results from Angel Stadium. With a magic number of 1, an Oakland win, and the West belongs to Texas for the second straight year, and that is still a 1-0 game on the leadoff home run by Jemile Weeks, moving now into the fourth inning in Anaheim. Much more coming from Rangers Ballpark. Look forward to a chat with Craig Gentry after the Rangers take this one 5-3.